So in the last class, okay, in the last class we understood flow, information flow, right? And yes, we discussed about different types of data we have during machine learning training and testing part. Which type of data we can use in machine learning. So we already discussed that there are major category of two categories of data: structured one and unstructured one. And structured one are considered as low dimensional data because you already modeled a data model behind that, and according to that data model only it will accept all the records, all the information, and save it to your database, right? So it it can be high dimensional also, but in general 90% cases, in the 90% cases it will be low dimensional data, right? Maximum to maximum 100, 200, 500 columns will be there, right? Not more than that. But in case of unstructured data, it is totally raw data coming from different sources like sensors, online data and all, right? So it could be low dimensional also, it could be high dimensional. But in general cases, what all the unstructured data we have, like audio signals, video signals, and images, these all are considered as high dimensional data, right guys? Okay, this one we already discussed. Now come to the, we already discussed difference between unstructured and structured data. Okay, now come to the ML task. On different types of tasks we have on which we apply our ML algorithm, right? ML methods. So all the tasks under the ML tasks are considered under the these two major category. All falls under these two major categories. What we have, first one we have regression, or sometimes we address it by prediction task, right? And second one will be classification task. What it means, in regression part only, or in prediction parts only, what your ML will do, your ML will simply take all the past inputs or past data and corresponding outputs and infer some rules or relationship between input and output. And after inferring some rules or relationship, it will forecast or it will regress some output variables for future coming input data, right? That means it will work on continuous values, right? It will not work on discrete values, right? So in the diagram itself, what it depicts, it simply depicts in the classification parts. If you give data to the your ML algorithm, classification algorithm, what it will do, it will find classes among that data. If your data has two classes, let's say it has two classes, one is x1 x and second one is o. So it will, in the output it will generate a separation line between those two classes. That means it will identify that this variable or this data point belongs to x class and this belongs to y class, like that. So that means there will be some discrete values for your output variable. This is the key difference, right? But in case of regression, it will not classify according to your classes. It will simply, it is going to generate a line of intercept between all the datas, and according to the past values, past input and output values, it will simply give you a predicted value of next outcome value future for future coming inputs which you are going to provide after training phase, like, right guys? That means it is similar to like in the maths you learn about line of intersection formula, like y equals to mx plus c, like that, right? So for given input x and y, it will find a intercept value and coefficient value for that particular line, right? So it is going to draw a line, in simple word, it is going to draw a line which covers all the data points with the minimum error rate. What is error rate here? Error rate means if I am talking about this data point and this data point, so generated lines should be like that, that all the differences, all the gap between this line to the data points above and below should be minimum. Like it is sometimes referred as mean square error. We will discuss it in forthcoming unit, which is I think third unit I think. Like, so the key difference will be that in the classification the observations will be grouped into different classes. What all are the classes available in within the data, right? But in the regression part, it is going to predict, or it is going to draw a regression line between input variables and output variables, and find the future predicted values for future given inputs, right? So I think this is clear to you now. If theoretically, if we go to the different types of classification problem and regression problem, now you can understand it in what is written over there, that it will learn a function to map input and output where the output value is discrete value. Like you have given some images of dogs and cats combinedly to the algorithm, and it will detect that this image belongs to cat, this image belongs to dog. Similarly, in the medical field, if you are given images of cancerous and non-cancerous brain cancer images, brain tumor images to the algorithm, it has to define, it has to classify those images into these two different categories, like malignant and benign. What it means? Benign means no non-cancerous, and malignant means cancerous tumor. So according to those images only, it will find some features and interrelations between those pixels values, and it will find region of interest, and then only it will give you the output that this image looks like malignant tumor, and this image or this object present in the image looks like benign cancer. That means it is not cancerous. So overall, if we generalize this information, that means in classification problem, output variable will be discrete class labels. That means there will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 classes will be there, right? There will be no 1.1, no 1.5, no 1.6, like that. It will be either one class, either it will be having either two class, it will be having three class. That means the output variable will be discrete values, right? Either either cat or dog, malignant or benign, span and non-span, like that, right? So in the lower part, it has given the names of some classification algorithms we have in machine learning, like logistic regression. See, logistic regression is a classification algorithm, not regression. It is it is referred as regression, but it is used as a classification algorithm, right? KNN neighboring, it is used as a clustering algorithm, right? Support vector machine, kernel SVM, naive like that only. There could be many, but these are the mostly used algorithms we have for classification purpose, right? But in case of these are the ML algorithm only, and if we talk about deep learning algorithm, there will be CNN, deep belief network, and all the deep network will be there, right? So in the deep learning part, there will be some different type of algorithms we have for classification purpose, right? So in the lower part, you can check that there is a image given. Let me enlarge it. Now see, we have given this data to algorithm, right? And this data consists of two classes, y and n. And algorithm will collect this data and find some observations and find some infer some rules among them according to similarity basis, right? And after that, it will draw a line of separation among those data points. It will tell that these data points above this line belongs to red y, and this data points below this line belongs to n blue n category. right? So that means we are classifying our variables, right? So this is, that's why it is called classification algorithm. But in case of regression algorithm, regression task, regression problem, algorithm is concerned about mapping input and output where the output is continuous real numbers, right? Like price of house, right? Grade of a student, or we can say marks of a student, not grade of a student. Grade will be considered in classification problem, but for regression problem we can say that the marks of particular student, right? On the basis of some assumed rules and rules and criteria, right? So in this case, that means what we are going to do, we are going to predict some values on the basis of past values we have given to the algorithm, right? Let's say we have given a table of 2 up to 5 up to 5 times, means we have given table of 2 to the algorithm for finding some relation between those input variables and output variables, right? Output will be our product and input will be our values 2 and our multiplier value, right? After giving those data to your machine learning algorithm, machine learning will find some relation between those those input variables and output variables, and it will find that the output variable is n times of those given in the as a multiplier, right? That means it will understand that the value of multiplier will be multiplied to find the output variable. So next time when you are going to give a multiplier value of 9 for testing purpose, and if it is giving the value 9 multiplied by 2 equals to 18, that means your regression has come up with some proper or efficient answer. If it is not giving 18, that means the learning is failed, right? So in this case, what I mean to say that in the regression problem, your output variable, what the ML is going to define, or what ML is going to predict, will be a continuous real number, right? It could be 1.5, it could be 1.3, 1.3, on the basis of past input given to the algorithm, right guys? So in the lower part you can see that there are some name of the algorithms given for regression purpose, like simple linear regression we have algorithm, multiple linear regression, polynomial linear regression, and all, SVM, decision tree, random forest. These all are available for us for regression type of problem. Like for like we are going to predict, if we want to predict price of a house, right? On the basis of some geographical area, on the basis of some land area, covered by that house, or on the basis of number of rooms, on the basis of uh, landslide nearby that particular location, like that. On the basis of these only we are going to predict the price of house, right? But before predicting, we need to train our model on similar type of data. So similar way, whenever we are going to regress, use ML problem for regression problem, we will use some input data, past input data. For example, in case of our house price prediction, we will give the data, like in one instance we will give that area of this house is this, number of rooms is this, number of bathrooms is this, and the price of this house is this. Similar way, in the second column, second row, we will give that the area of this much, and number of rooms covered is this, number of bathrooms we have in this room, in this house is this, and for these all values the price is this, right? Like that. So on these past values or on these given values, it will learn some rules and it will find some line of intercept or line of regression, so that next time whenever you are going to give the algorithm a these values, these defined values, let's say if you give new values of land area, new values of rooms covered, new values of number of bathrooms, then by taking this only this data, it will tell, this algorithm will tell that according to your given data the price of the house should be this. That means you are predicting the price of that house according to some attributes given to the algorithm, right? On which you trained your model, right? So this way regression problem works, right? But the key difference you can find here, that in the classification problem your output variable will be discrete, but in the regression type of problem it will be continuous real values, right? So now come to the differences, key differences. We already discussed it, that mapping function is assigned value predefined groups and all these. You can read it out after the class. I will provide this ppt to you. These are the things we already discussed here, right? If you want, I can discuss it, but before that we need to understand regression and classification properly. Now come to the next slide. See, in the regression task, we are trying to predict a number, right? And in the classification task, we are trying to predict a class only. So now you can see the diagram. Now it is easy to understand that in the regression type of problem, if you have given some features x1, x2, x3, xp, and output value for those inputs y, then in the regression type of task, algorithm will do what will it will do. It will analyze the data, input data with output variable, and find some rules, some common rule which fits all the which fits in the all row values, right? For it will be true for this row also, it will be true for this rule also, it will be true for this row also, it will be true for this row also. So after finding a common relationship between this type of data, this given input and output variable, it will generate a common rule for that, and it will use that rule, that learned rule, for predicting the future values of y. For like that, if you for example, if you already trained your data, already trained your ml algorithm for regression tasks on this data, and next time when it has already learned from the data at the time of training, and next time for testing purpose you will check that your algorithm is doing right or not. You will give some values of x1, x2, x3, and xp, and it will give the result of output variable according to the given input variables like x1, x2, x3, and xp. And if it is giving right values, that means your algorithm is efficient enough. But if it is not giving the right values, that means you need to train is it properly, you need to train it more. Maybe the chance that you have given the less amount of data, or maybe the chance that data is corrupted, or there is some missing values in the data part, input part, like x1, x2, values of some values of x2 is missing, or some value of xp is outliers. What is outliers, guys? Outliers are the values which are not possible in journal. For example, let's say I have a data which is having a column attribute age, like, and in the age part I have one value as 500. So it will be considered as outlier. See, because for average humans it is not possible to live for 500 years, right? So this will be outlier. So we need to remove these outliers and this type of missing data in the pre-processing part before giving it to the machine learning, right? So we will discuss it later on also. Now in the classification data, the output variable will be categorical, or we can say a class value, a discrete class value: cat, dog, malignant, banyan, like that, spam or not, right? So according to given input variables, and output variables, it will learn that if the inputs are like that, this will fall in cat categories. If input is like that, this will fall in dog category, like that. And after training, what algorithm will do, algorithm will take input from your from you as x1, x2, x3 and xp, and predict the class of that particular data, right? That these features are related to cat category, or this features is related to dog category. I think this diagram makes it clear to you guys that what is the difference between regression task and classification task. That means where we have discrete values, that means we are talking about classification. And if we are having non-discrete values or continuous numbers in the as a output variable, that means we are going to regress a task or regression. We are going to regression, implement our ML algorithm on regression task, right guys? Okay, now general rule of thumb, as we already discussed. See the image first, see the image, that in the image, for the same scenario, we are having regression task also, we are having classification task also. See the question, what is the temperature of going to be tomorrow? Next day temperature prediction is regression task if you are talking about numbers, right? But if you are saying that what it will be cold or hot tomorrow, that means this will be considered as cold and, oh sorry, classification task. Now understood the difference guys? If you are going to predict or find some continuous value, some numerical values from your data sets by using your ML algorithm, that means you are talking about regression task. But in classification tasks, you are not bothering about the exact values of the temperature. You are talking about only some attributes like coldness, hotness, like, so according to temperature or according to data given to the algorithm, it will find that tomorrow will be hot or cold. That means there is only two prediction values, either it will be cold, either it will be hot. That means there are two categorical values. So rule of thumb says that if the output variables is numerical, and then it is regression problem, and it is, if it is categorical, it will be classification problem, right guys? So I think this will be clear, this is clear to you now. Now we can come for difference part. Now these are there are many differences we have given here. Like first difference of classification, first difference will be classification function is used for assigning values to predefined group. That means you have some predefined groups in your data. That means you are having, let's say you are one data set, you are having two classes. In one data set you are having three classes, like that. That means there will be some predefined values of some predefined classes, right? But in case of regression, mapping function is used for the assignment of values for continuous output. That means you are having numerical values at a output value, right? This is the same in the second part. It is same, discrete attributes and constant type real values. Okay, the role of classification is to map the input and discrete output value. This is already discussed. The role of regression is to map continuous output variable with the input values. This is the regression value. Okay, no issue. Algorithm are used for discrete data, we already discussed. Algorithm is used for continuous data. These all 4 points look similar to each other. These are all are talking about types of output we are having in the data, right? We are providing to the what we are providing to the ML algorithm, right? In the classification, we strive to locate the judgment limit, which may split the dataset into different classes. We already discussed it here, that it will going to see the lower part. It will going to drive a line of separation between two classes. That means it will define this that above this line it will be this class, below this line it will be this class, like that, right? That's what it is saying here. In the regression, we strive to find best match row which can forecast the performance more accurately. Okay, now in the regression part, it is saying that we are going to find a line of separation or line of intercept among those data points in the available in the input data, and it will find a line of intercept like y equals to mx plus c, like right, like that, so that that line should have minimum distance to the all the data points in the input data, right? We have given these input data and it will draw a line of regression among those data, like that all the points above and below this line should be at minimum distance from that line. If it is those all points are at minimum distance, that means you have regressed correct line, you have predicted correct line of intercept. And same line according to this given before this red lines, these all are training data, and according to this line inferred line or inferred rule, it will generate output of future coming inputs given to the ML algorithm. That's what it is written over there, right? Solve classification such as voice recognition. Example of classification algorithm is given. Voice recognition, right? You have to recognize that this voice is this voice belongs to me. This voice belongs to Sumit sir. This voice belongs to Mayank sir. This voice. That means voice recognition. You are correctly identifying that the voice coming to you is belonging to that particular person, like that means voice recognition, right? Identification of spam email, this is also an example of classification problem. You can check whenever you open your Gmail account, you have one folder named spam, right? So all the incoming mails will be checked by Google, and it will check for spam activities, right? If it finds that this mail is spam, or it is a bulk mail type mail, so it will automatically mark it as a spam, and it will not send it to your inbox, it will send it to your spam folder, right? Or you can say if you are marking any mail as a spam, and in the future similar type of mail coming to your inbox, that mail server will automatically mark it as spam, right? So the marking of spam and non-spam mail is also a example of classification algorithm, right? And this one is already discussed, identification of cancerous cell. This one already we have taken up, that the if you have some images of brain tumors, then you are going to classify that this particular image belongs to cancerous tumor, or this particular image belongs to non-cancerous tumor. That is also a type of classification. These are the some general classification tasks. Either otherwise we have different types of classification problems. That means if we are having, if we need to classify, if we need to cluster some data into different groups, different similarity based group, that means we are going to use classification algorithm only, right? And in the example of regression problem is house price prediction, we already discussed. Weather prediction we already saw in this slide. Here, if you are going to predict the value of the temperature, that means you are going to use regression type of algorithm, right? There could be many examples, like if you are finding the marks of a particular student on the basis of some past records, that means you are finding, you are regressing the problem, you are working on regression type of problem. But in the same case, if you are finding a grade of that particular student on the basis of past occurrence, past results, that means it falls under classification problem, right? So feel the difference, guys. Now classification group, algorithmic classifier, multi-class classifier, binary class. These are the major type of classifier we have. If we have only two classes in our data, that means our classifier will be named as binary classifier. That means, for example, I need to make a model for predicting that this is dog and this is cat. That means I am talking about binary class. I am going to classify only two classes. That means this is binary classifier. Let's say we have multi classes in the data. Let's say we have images, and we are going to predict number of classes, more than two classes. That means it will falls under multi class classifier, right? In the regression type of problem, separated into non-linear and linear regression. Non-linear and linear regression means if there is a straight line, right? Straight line regression line, that means you are talking about linear regression. But if your data is something like that linear line could not be possible. Best fit line will not be linear, it will be logarithmic or exponential. That then it will be considered as non-linear, right? So guys, this is the difference, and we already discussed that what is the difference, and what is regression task, and what is classification task, right? So in general, rule of thumb will be that if your data has numeric output value, or we can say continuous output value, what it means, we are working on regression type of task, right? But if your output variable which you are going to predict or classify is categorical or discrete value, pure values 1 2 3, or categorical value dog, cat, malignant, non-malignant, banyan, like that, okay, then it means you are working on general loop rule of thumb. So I think this is clear to you, what is regression task and what is classification task. And in the forthcoming classes, whenever we are going to implement models, we will discuss it further in detail by using some example, right guys? I think it is clear to you. And that's all for today, guys. Thanks.